So I've been looking at the latest results coming out of Washington State, and it seems like once again a representative from Texas, Ron Paul, was cheated out of another win by the Republican establishment, who's scared to death that he might win the nomination. For example, in the county of Benton, a lot of people were turned away from voting. Now the numbers unclear how many people were turned away, but the voice in the street and is that people were shunned away from casting the votes, whether it's for Romney, Sanatorium, or Ron Paul. And let's not forget little Gingrich, of course. But no surprise there. This is something that you need to recognize, not give up, but recognize that the establishment will hold no steps whatsoever to ensure that Ron Paul doesn't get a win. But the good news is, and this is something that the prostitute corporate whore media doesn't state, is that Ron Paul is gaining a lot of delegates, and that is the key in this race. And this is something that is not pointed out by the loser media that continues to pump Romney or pump Sanatorium. We barely hear anything about Gingrich, so we could say from this point that he's pretty much done and over with. I remember last year when he said, "Oh, I'm gonna be the nominee." Right? Yeah. Maybe in your own little world, Mr. Gingrich, but not in the real world. So we can discount Gingrich at this point. On the fact that this is probably the fourth time Ron Paul's been cheated out of a win. But the crazy thing about all of this is that the gatherings, every time Ron Paul shows anywhere, I mean, you got thousands of people packing up just to hear the message, whether they're gonna vote for him or not. It's just mind-boggling, and we are seeing the dirty tricks specifically from the Romney campaign, where they're handing out flyers, and they're handing out posters of because the people don't come in there with them, but from the Ron Paul, like the people have their own. They have their own flyers, and they have their own posters, and whatever buttons and flags and what have you. It's not reported or point out that other people are passing out all these posters and whatnot. But the good thing is that he's gaining a lot of delegates, and CNN was forced to admit this several weeks ago, and I think this was after the presidential debate that happened on February, that Ron Paul is second in delegates. But here's the thing that we need to keep in mind: the Babylonian Republican whore establishment is pulling no punches whatsoever, and this is something that we need to be wary of. They're going after delegates that are, if anyone think that we live in such a free society, I mean, here's example after example that they're going to ensure that the people lose, the people lose their candidate. But it's this sort of thing is backfiring, and it's because they're just showing their ugly, authoritarian, fascist, genocidal attitude towards the living souls to live in this country and the rest of the world, because Ron Paul attracts other peoples throughout the world. And I not necessarily totally support Dr. Paul in all his in some of his flaws, but in comparison to Obama or Santorum or Romney or Gingrich, I mean, from Romney, Santorum, Gingrich, and Obama, the lesser of two evils, still evil. And with Paul, his record shows otherwise, and he's not in the sense of his voting record is good, but keep this in mind: he's still a man like the rest of us men, and man can be easily corrupted. However, he has shown to be the opposite of being corrupted or taking bribes or screwing his constituents. His message has been pretty much 100%. But nevertheless, just keep a positive mental attitude. Continue your support if you like Ron Paul, and don't let the Babylonian horde, genocidal, maniacal Republican machine, which is 2/3 warmongering, fascist and socialist, discourage you from putting your man in the nomination. So I just wanted to point that out and um, keep the high hopes forward. God bless y'all.